against the blitz. He's going to be sacked. Chris Jones comes off the right side. Right side throw. It's caught. 15-yard line. 10, 5, touchdown. Kareem Hunt at the 10, angling to the 5, into the end zone, left side, and it is good. Here comes a rush, and he's going to go down. George Karlaftis.
Well, the Chiefs lose to the Philadelphia Eagles in a battle of the last 3 Super Bowl champions, 20-17. Mitch Holthus with you along with Matt McMullen. Disappointing loss here. Chiefs are 0-2 for the first time since 2014. But your thoughts overall on this game? It boils down to a couple plays here when you have 2 good teams, but a chance to win this game.
Yeah, it's a bummer. When you have 2 evenly matched teams like this, it boils down to the little things. And it was right there for the Chiefs going into the 4th quarter. But the little things are what held this team back. And you think about the missed field goal early in the game, the failed 4th down attempt on our first drive of the second half gave Philadelphia a short field. And, of course, the drop pass in the end zone that turned into an interception changed the whole game. It was right there for the Chiefs. You admire the fight in the end, but not enough here today with those mistakes.
That adds up to 17 points. In essence, 17 points, and the Chiefs lose 20-17. But the defense in this game, 58 plays for the Eagles, 217 yards. The Eagles last week were pristine on 3rd down against the Cowboys. They're 5-14 on 3rd down in this game, and Jalen Hurts actually got out Jalen Hurts in the run game by Patrick Mahomes.
So there was questions all week about how the defense played in Brazil. They were awesome today, and I think played well enough to win. Think about it. Philadelphia had 10 drives in this game, 5 punts. They gave the Chiefs offense an opportunity to go win this game, just couldn't get it done in the end.
Got to keep fighting, figure out a way to get a win in New York. Let's go to now the podium and get reaction.
All right, as far as the injuries go, Mike Dana tweaked his left quad, and Fulton tweaked his ankle there. We'll just see how that is going forward. I'll take full responsibility for that game. Probably stayed too aggressive on that, and that's my responsibility. I thought my guys played their tail off and played hard and aggressive football, and they stuck together throughout the game, and they'll pay for us down the road when. As we continue to grow. I thought the fans were unbelievable. They were great. Everybody stayed and kept us going. There were some good things within all of it. I thought defensively we played really solid football. We had short fields at times, and the guys took care of business there. Obviously, on the offensive side, we can't have the turnover. Again, I've got to dial up something different than that, but I thought Thornton played all the way through everything. It was great to see him get a big catch there, pat on the long throw. Kelsey had a nice day with the completions. I know he's upset at the last one, but we keep rolling here and keep getting better. So, and then special teams, I thought Ariza did a nice job with his punts, over a 59-yard average there, and then Nico had some nice returns there. So all in all, though, my responsibility, and we'll get better. Time's yours. Yeah, well, the obvious answer, D, would be that we complete it, but I've got to put the guys in the right position to get that done.
I know it's a hard play to stop that touch person being really one of the critical plays in that game. Just what you guys try to do to stop it.
Yeah, you try to get penetration is what you try to do and be able to stop it, but that's a pretty rough one. I might have had a couple of them that they got off a little early on, but we'll look at that. Yeah, listen, he's trying to get guys fired up and going. That's him. He's that way every week if you keep an eye on him. So he's all in all the time. So that's the way it was today.
Andy, what did you think in going forward on 4th and 1 on your end of that field?
Yeah, no, listen, they were going to stay aggressive likewise. I think it's important against that crew that you stay aggressive. I probably could dial up some different things there, but I think against them you've got to do that. And then I obviously thought the plays we called were available, but it didn't get done the way I wanted it. So.
And the 0-2 to start the season, I know that's not what you want. What's the message in the locker room? Just kind of little passes.
Yeah, keep playing hard. I'll take this one. You keep playing hard. So stick together and play hard.
The Eagles are obviously Saquon Barkley does so much of what they do, but even with the attention on him, you guys did really well against the outside receivers. What do you think of just the way your secondary bounced back?
Yeah, listen, I thought, well, first I thought Spags had a nice game plan, very aggressive, and I thought our secondary rose up to that part of it, and they've got good receivers. I thought they stayed aggressive on the receivers within the framework of things, and I just thought all around it was a good defensive performance.
Andy, when you think about Patrick running with the football, obviously it's a fine line. What are your thoughts? Do you have any concerns about him taking too many hits?
Yeah, he'd probably tell you the same thing. He trains that way. He goes after it, and he's not going to not take an opportunity if it's given. So obviously he wasn't accounted for on some of those plays, and he took advantage of it. I don't want to see him get the big hits, but he's a pretty competitive guy.
Following up on that, just QB sneaks, I know you've been trying to stay away from those, but is there any thought to bringing those back to the short yard situation?
Yeah, listen, they've got a knack for it. You look at the rest of the teams that try this thing, and it's a crapshoot there. So we thought we had some good short yardage plays there, and we just came up short on a couple of them.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
All right.
When Matt and I studied the draft in 2025, we saw the guy that had the best pass rush win rate in all of FBS. It's this guy, Omar Norman Lott. You get a sack in this game. Tell us about the sack on Jalen Hurts.
All week, my vets, Charles Omenihu, Chris Jones, George Karlaftis, they preached to just keep rushing and play free. With me coming back this week, and that's kind of what happened on that play. I just kept rushing, and I ran into him.
Well, it was a nice run into him. Let me ask you about this, in the fact that they get caught up in sacks, but staying disciplined against a team like the Eagles. You held Barkley in check. His longest run was 13 yards. You held Jalen Hurts in check after he scrambled all over against the Cowboys. What about staying disciplined within the scheme and what you're learning?
That's a big thing for Steve Spagnuolo. That's what he wants. You won't be on the field if you don't do that. So that's what I've come to learn to do as a rookie coming in playing for the Chiefs.
And you're a great one-gap guy, but what about the times you have to play two-gap and just hold up the fort?
And that's what I'm getting paid to do, and that's what I need to do.
How good was it to get out there and get in the flow in this game? I know that leg has been troubling for you.
Yeah, it definitely felt good to be out there and moving around with the guys after having a full week of practice. And the guys just telling me to just stay confident and just be who I am on the field. All of those things mixed together, and then being able to go out there and put it together felt good.
How much energy was out there on the defense in this game?
That was a point of emphasis for us coming out this week, was the energy. So I think we're extremely high on that and intentional about being energetic.
I don't know if anybody in the SEC or when you were at ASU ran the tush push like this. What have you learned about the tush push being in the middle of all that?
It's a hard scrum to stop. Definitely, you gotta work hard and bite down and grind when those things are coming about.
Now, you've been a bouncer in your background. You got a lot of cool things in your. What are you about? Let's go into this week. And how do you approach this week? Even though it's your rookie year, what about your room attacking and trying to get on track against the Giants?
I think it's the same mindset, togetherness, everybody just being relentless in their rush and staying together in the rush so we could go get the man down.
Good to have the double nickel here. 55 Omar Norman Lott, a great sack on Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, I think just after the first 2 weeks, you let games slip away. That we played two good football teams and made mistakes in big moments, stuff that we're not used to doing. But I think we're coming together as a team, man. I mean, when you deal with adversity, it's about how you deal with it. And obviously, this isn't how we wanted to start, but how are we going to respond? So I'm excited for the next few weeks to see who wants to be challenged and how we can get back and really get after it.
Does it feel a little disjointed offensively?
I mean, there's times, I think there's little things here and there. I mean, getting a ball batted, big play, missing some deep shots. things here and there that we didn't do at a high enough level. Even like the first throw, overthrowing Noah on that cover 2 look. I mean, seeing it right, just not making the throw. And so in this league, you got to make those throws, and I'll be better as the season goes on.
Can you take me through the throw to Travis there at the goal line? What were you seeing? What do you think went wrong on the play?
Yeah, I mean, we got the defense that we wanted. You know, we expected them to play that 0-0 with the whole player, with the safety. I think I threw it just a tad too early, you know, just trying to put it on his body low before that whole player got there. And I think if I can put it more on his body and not so far out in front of him, then he can catch it, take the hit, and get in the end zone.
And you want to throw that a little bit low at the goal line, though, to give him a chase like that across the end zone, right?
Yeah, you want to put it low, but more on his body. You know, whenever you're in those tight quarters like that, you want to give it to him, especially a bigger guy, more on his body where he can catch it, brace for that contact. We knew the whole player would be looking for him. I mean, that's our one of our big targets down there in the red zone. And so he was breaking to kind of make a hit, and it was just unfortunate. The ball bounced up in the air and went right to him.
It seems like you guys are starting slower than you want to. What's your reason for maybe this slower starts these first 2 weeks?
I think this week, I mean, missing the throw to Noah hurts. I mean, we got a coverage that we expected, and when they play that zone coverage into the boundary, it's going to kind of a high-low with Trav or Noah, and obviously the corner bit down on Travis, and you missed that throw, and it kind of kills the momentum of the first drive, and obviously we didn't get the third down right there, so just me executing at that moment. But it's kind of been throughout the whole team, you know, like we just to one guy here or there. It's not like we're missing by much. And so I know it sucks to hear it for the fans, but I feel like we're close. And so all we can do is just continue to work and continue to get after it, and be ready to play the Giants this next week.
How do you expect this team to respond?
I mean, knowing the guys in the locker room, man, I think they're going to respond by just working. I mean, that's how we've gotten to the point that we've gotten to in our career here in Kansas City, is that we believe the work kind of puts out the product. And so obviously we've never been 0-2, but we've had times where we've dealt with challenges before and lost games. And so I think the guys that we have in this locker room, they'll go back to work with that mindset of we're going to continue to work even harder, so that when we step on that field this next time, we can find a way to win in those big moments like we have at this first 2 weeks.
Do you think you might start lobbying for a quarterback sneak in those short yardage situations?
Yeah, I mean, I'm always up to it. You know, we've put it in certain games. And I think you saw on the other fourth down, we got it. We're just running with Kareem. And so I just trust in Coach Reed, whatever he calls, you know, and we've put it in, and you kind of have to get the right look. And we didn't think they were going to give us that right look this week.
Hey, Patrick, you're running more, at least earlier in the season than in the past. Is that by design, philosophy, or just opportunities?
I think just kind of happened. They came out and played a little bit more man coverage there early in the game, and you saw I was able to use my feet because the guys were covering guys down the field, and so it just kind of has happened. But at the end of the day, I'm just a competitor. I'm just trying to win, and so whatever it takes, I'll do. And it's been running a few times early in this season, but we'll get back to passing the ball again, and hopefully be better at it as the season goes on.
How do you find that balance, like on that third down run, of when to lower your shoulder and take on a linebacker, and when to maybe protect yourself, or when are you going to dive for the goal line, that kind of thing? Yeah, no, I think I do a good job of it. Just you said it. I mean, it's third down in the red zone. You want to get that first down to give ourselves a chance to score a touchdown there, and so. I usually don't try to run over big guys, that was he hits hard, but it was a safety, so just so I can kind of hit and fall forward, not necessarily run over, but I think I do a good job of protecting myself, and you have to be smart in those situations, and I've just learned from experience.
How much of those scrambles are because you guys aren't finding other ways to move the ball?
I mean, I just take what the defense is giving us, and I'll go back and look on tape. I think the one big scramble that I had early in the game down the field, I think if I would have waited just a little bit longer, Juju ends up opening up in the spot that I ended up running. I kind of pumped to Juju, pumped to the running back, and then ran. I think if I just stretched my drop a little bit, I'd probably hit Juju for the same distance. And so that's the stuff I got to be better at. Got to trust in the guys that are going to get open, and trust in the offensive line and their blocking. And so take what the defense is giving you, and then let guys make plays down the field.
No, I know you missed a couple of receivers, right? But just in the training camp, you had guys down the depth chart that stepped up and performed well. What do you pinpoint just the reason that it hasn't clicked in these first couple of weeks?
I think it's a little bit of everything. Like I said earlier, I mean, it's just like kind of one guy every play. I mean, you've seen there's me missing throws early in the game. and late in the game. And then there's a batted ball where I'm probably hitting Noah for a 15 to 20 yard completion over the middle, and then missing Juju early in the game. I know I was pressured, but hitting him on that. I mean, it's just little stuff here and there. And so in this league, especially when you're playing good teams and playing good defenses, if you miss those little opportunities, those drives stall out. And so we'll play another great defense this week. And so it'll be another challenge for us. And I mean, all we can do is get back to work and continue to work so that we can kind of iron out those wrinkles and be better as offense.
Last two, Todd Lebo, go ahead. Patrick, the first drive and the second half, you guys went for the fourth down in your own territory.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have run that play before, I think, a couple of years ago, maybe in the Super Bowl for a first down. But was that, did you think, hey, we're going for fourth down here? Was that surprising you to go for it at that point?
It's never surprising for me. I mean, I always want to go for it. Like that's just who I am, and I want to be aggressive and do that. And I know our defense, and I trust in our defense to get a stop. And obviously, we didn't get it. Defense holds them to a field goal. I mean, best that we can do in that situation. And you always second guess it when it doesn't work. You know, I mean, when it works, it's a good thing. And when it doesn't work, it's a bad thing. But that I'd rather be on the aggressive side of history than the non-aggressive side. So whatever Coach Reed does in that situation, I have full trust behind it and full confidence in it.
Last one, firstly, you guys punted it later in the game. It looked like maybe that was a spot to go. It was a long field. Were you a little surprised you punted there?
No, I think the defense was getting stops, you know, and so they were getting stops, and it was 4th and 7. They had gotten some pressure on the play before, and so just trusting in your defense, you know. I think Coach Reed, he's done it for a long time, and he's won a lot of football games, and I think regardless of the decision, when he makes that decision, everyone on this team trusts it and has confidence in it, and that's why I think we've won as many games as we won, and so he's one of the best of all time, if not the best of all time, at making decisions like that. And so I just trust that he's going to make the right decision at the right time.
Last one, Todd.
I wanted to ask about a minute before the touchdown to Taekwon, there was a coverage bust and he was wide open. It felt a little bit like a wide open 3 on the wing.
Yeah.
You know, what happened on that play, and how much is that one gonna haunt you a little bit?
Yeah, I think obviously I was looking at Taekwon early, and then right when I went to throw to Trav, because Trav was about to be wide open, I kind of pumped because I kind of pulled it, not even pump, I pulled it back out the corner bit on Trav, and then trying to reset real quick and making the throw. I think in those situations, especially kind of in that 2-minute type situation, knowing that the guy's not as fresh, and obviously you don't know he's going to be wide open, but just trying to put the ball on his head and let him make a play and learn from it. I mean, later in that drive, just throwing it where he can make a play on the ball and trusting in him. So that's stuff I got to continue to get better at, you know, like hitting those deep shots early, because even though we hit the touchdown later, if you hit that touchdown with maybe 2 more minutes on the clock, you might have a chance to get the football back. And so something that I'll look at, learn from, and try to be better this next time.
Thanks, Patrick.
Well, he's been busy. That means 21 targets and 15 catches in 2 games. Let's talk about this one, though. You made some tough catches. What about making the tough catch when we needed him?
Just trying to pride myself in that. However that I get used, coming up big in that role, and really focus on, you know, trying to making those contested catches this week.
This defense, they play a lot of zone. What's the key as a receiver when you play a team that's this much zone?
Just timing. Make sure you get your depth, get your timing, and you do that, you know, you can drive down the field, you know, slowly but surely.
And when you get an opportunity, there were opportunities in this game. What about missed opportunities?
Definitely. I mean, we say, you know, it's 11 guys every play. So, you know, it's always, you need every single person, every single play. And when those opportunities, you know, come to strike and make big plays, you know, we're going to need everybody, you know, to be where they need to be so we can execute.
And then red zone. What have you learned playing in this league? Good red zone teams do what? How do they execute?
Put points on the board. We score touchdowns, and on defense, you know, we limit the touchdowns. So we got to do better at that, you know, putting points on the board when we get down there and scoring touchdowns.
And then some big plays late. I mean, Taekwon gets the big one. Almost had 2 of them. What about, though, getting some big plays now in 2 weeks?
Man, it's exciting. That guy works hard each and every day, you know, just the way he's able to, you know, run those deep balls, come back, run another one right there at the end, and then to finish off with the touchdown. I was very happy for him.
You're a pro. You've been in this league long enough now that you see everything. And now to be 0-2 to try to fight back. What do you do as an individual? What do you guys do as a wide receiver room? And what do you do as an offense to fight back?
Just come to work. Don't really look at the record. Still bring that energy, still bring that juice for the guys. And, you know, we'll get back on track.
He's been busy. Again, 15 catches in 2 games. Marquise Hollywood Brown.
We are very competitive, and we all want to win. But we still 0-2, and I think a lot of players holding themselves accountable. We're a competitive team, so I think we're eager to figure this thing out and get back on the right track.
Chris, I know it's a frustrating play, the tush pushes. It looked like you guys thought that the guards were maybe moving on one or more of those plays. What's that conversation like down there with the officials?
Sometimes can't get them all the calls right, and just because we see it, sometimes the official is 15 to 20 feet away. Sometimes it can miss those small things, and we think he jumped multiple times. So an official didn't see it, so it wasn't called, and we just got to go play the next down.
Is that something you guys have seen on tape before as you prepared for this? Does that happen sometimes?
It happens. People jump all the time. It's just, if the officials see it, they'll call it. I don't think they've seen it, those few plays, and we didn't get a call.
Chris, 0-2 is obviously unfamiliar territory. I guess, how do you guys rally and right the ship?
I think this is a moment for us to even come together as a team. A little adversity is tough, but adversity builds character. And we can come together. We got the team, we got the guys to figure this out and make a change. It's only first quarter of the season. It's 2 games. You got 17 games. So it's a long journey ahead. We can figure this thing out and get back on the right track with a win next week.
You think the defense took a step forward this week after week 1?
I think we made some progression. Not all right. We still got areas we can get better in. But small progression is still progression.
In terms of the energy, I thought that was a big conversation. Did you like the energy of the team coming through? Because you did lead the Eagles on 211 yards of total offense, I believe. So you think that you like the energy of the team?
I think the energy was great. I think we was feeding off each other. I think we kept it up and maintain that type of level of energy throughout the whole game. And we got to continue to do that week in and week out. We can't pick one game and not do it the next game. I think it's something we can build off of and just make sure we be consistent with it.
Chris, what are your thoughts on Omar in his first NFL game, especially that sack?
It was a very physical sack. He's a huge guy. With that ability, I think we drafted him second round just for that. And it came out, made a big statement today. Something we can build off of and add him to the rotation. Glad to have him back.
Thanks, Chris. Last one.
Just more of a tush push. You faced it over and over again. How difficult is it to stop? Do you feel like you could ever find a solution for it?
We actually stopped it a couple times today, more than once. Even the last one, we thought we had the ball. We stopped them. So we see them again, and hopefully we're stopping them more.
Chiefs lose it 20-17 to the Eagles. We heard Omar Norman Lott, though, talk about the defensive energy. This was night and day. Defensively, not just the stats, but the energy from this defense front to back.
Yeah, it was from the very beginning of the game. This defense was playing with a certain energy, and they kept that going throughout the entire game. And again, gave the Chiefs a chance in the end. I mentioned that Philly had 10 drives in this game. Think about how efficient Philly is. The Eagles don't punt. Well, they punted 5 times here in this game. We held Saquon to under 100 yards rushing, held Jalen Hurts to under 100 yards passing here in this game. You mentioned the 5 of 14 on third down, and we held Philly to only 3.7 yards per play. This is an offense that has Devontae Smith and Saquon Barkley, A.J. Brown, all these great players, only 3.7 yards per play. The Chiefs defense came to play here today and gave us a chance in the end.
Yeah, if you'd have texted me those last night,
yeah.
I'd have said Chiefs win by 10, but they didn't. They lost by 3. Offensively, where do you start from here? And Hollywood Brown made some tough catches. Interesting. He's a vet now. He's been around this. He knows. You hope you get Xavier back, but offensively, this is a team that needs to just, instead of moments or glimpses like the big plays we've seen come back, but they got to snap everything together.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough situation right now, obviously. You don't have Rashee Rice, your number 1 receiver. You don't have Xavier Worthy, your number 2 receiver. I think it says a lot that the Chiefs fought and made this a 3-point game at the very end. Tyquan Thornton getting open multiple times on that final drive and catching that final one for a touchdown. I mean, we need some more of that, of those explosive plays. But you got to find ways to generate offense and stay on the field. And there was a couple times there the Chiefs were able to do that. But you think about the drive that ended in the interception. I mean, what an awesome drive that was. The Chiefs go 14 plays, 74 yards. They generate 5 first downs on that drive. That was the kind of possession where the Chiefs offense was kind of feeling themselves a little bit. Like, we can move the ball against these guys, we can do it. But they didn't finish, and it didn't even end in a field goal. It ended in 0 points, ball going the other way. I mean, that's backbreaking. So we saw some good things here in this game, but it's a matter of consistency with this offense moving forward until we get our guys back.
Until we get them back, but also the red zone. Now, it's 2 for 5 in the red zone in 2 games.
Yeah.
It's not going to work. But I look for this team to improve drastically in the red zone, but that's going to become a point of emphasis. Here in New York, Sunday Night Football against the Giants, you get in the red zone, you need 7s.
Well, again, think about how evenly matched this game was. I mean, you look at the first downs, just about even. Total yards, the Chiefs actually outgained Philly by 70 yards in this game. Total plays, just about even. Penalties were even at 6 apiece. In a game like that, it comes down to who makes more mistakes. And unfortunately, the Chiefs made more mistakes in this game. We're not used to that. Normally, it's the other team making more mistakes. Unfortunately, here in this one, the Chiefs are the one with more mistakes than Philadelphia.
And finally, it's a loss, but it needs to be brought up. If it would have been a win, it would have been one of the biggest things of this game. Matt Araiza, 62, 48, 69. 3 different times he flipped the field. The Chiefs had a chance to win this game because Matt Araiza was dramatically different than last week when his net was 38-7. It was the bottom of the league. Yeah. This game, Matt Araiza gave the Chiefs a chance to win.
So these are the things that get lost in a loss because you don't talk about the special teams performance in the game that you don't end up winning. But you're right. The Chiefs had a chance in this game because Matt Araiza kept giving Philadelphia long fields to have to convert. And throughout training camp, consistency was the thing with Araiza that Coach Tobe kept preaching. We saw consistency from Matt here in this game. Got to keep it going moving forward.
Time to get in the win column. It's going to be Sunday Night Football in the Meadowlands against the New York Giants. But right now, the Chiefs are 0-2, again, for the first time since 2014. Eagles win it 20-17.
Chiefs Rewind is brought to you by Ford, the official car and truck of the Kansas City Chiefs. And by CommunityAmerica Credit Union, the official banking partner of the Kansas City Chiefs.